ask me for my dressing recipe over and over again. And I thought, well, maybe I could just make a video for them. Not that I don't mind giving it to you. It's just that y'all can keep this until whenever. Of course, I have no specific amounts that I use. I just throw the stuff in a bowl and make it. But this is how I do it. First off, here's all your ingredients. Most important things is your Clorox cleanup and your Mr. Clean. Clean your kitchen before you get started. Always start with a clean slate. Of course, y'all know that. You got your eggs, your butter. I like using name brand ingredients, and there's a reason, because some of your non-name brand, drinking out of my cup, Tiff, have a funny taste to me. It's just me, might not be everybody. So you got your organic eggs, your Kerrygold, your buttermilk. Buttermilk doesn't have to be name brand because you're just mixing it up, and it's like making margaritas. You use a cheap tequila because you're cutting it down with other stuff. Martha White, self-rising buttermilk cornbread, self-rising flour, a little sugar, your salt and pepper, name brand chicken broth, Campbell's cream of chicken soup. Don't get the cheap stuff because it has a bland, weird taste to it. It always gives it a taste. Good brand of poultry season, that's McCormick, that's good. Of course, your celery and your onions. Mixing bowl. Depends on how much you make. Depends on the size pan you need. I always get this size, or maybe just a tad smaller. Your raw down skillets, your stove, of course. And that's it. So that's all the ingredients you need to make this dressing. All right. Famous cornbread. It's the way my mom always made it. I've watched her make it forever. So this is how I make it. Cornmeal. I judge it by how much I'm gonna make. So I'm gonna make 2 pans. Your wrought iron skillets. I'm gonna make 2 of those. It's the best part, getting up in the morning and making this and having cornbread in the morning. Throw that butter on there. Flour. No measurements. Say how much cornbread you put in there, put a quarter amount of that in flour. 2 eggs, since I'm making so much. If it's just 1 pan of cornbread, it'd be 1 egg. I'm making 2. Set that at the seam. We got egg on the counter. Just a smidget of sugar. That's all it takes. Then you got your buttermilk. Shake it really good. So, okay, if you watch people making cornbread videos, they all do it different. I like mine very moist is the right word for bread. I like mine moist. People don't like to say moist for some reason. I like it moist. You can smell it. It smells good. Like the milk. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Before you do this, see, it's the cheap oil. I don't usually use the cheap ones. I used to use the Crisco oil. It does taste different, but this is all I got today. So you put your dab of oil in there. That's it. Put your oil in there. Your oil in there. Should have done this first, because you want to put this in the oven and that in the oven. 450 degrees, let that get good and hot. Reason for that is when you get your batter mixed up, you want it to kind of fry as soon as you pour it in a skillet. So when you pour it in, it's going to be like putting a steak on a grill. It's going to go, shh, you'll see. So back to mixing up the, wouldn't be right if you didn't get something in the middle of it. So that works perfect. Look, need more buttermilk. Just go and pour it all in there. Shit, shoot. And it didn't cuss word out. Kids know I don't cuss. Look at that. Can you see? I like mine runny when I pour it in the skillet. That makes for the best, juiciest cornbread, if you want to call it that. Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. The buttermilkery middle and the crunchy outside. Look at that. Simple as that. Didn't even need this other buttermilk. This is what I always do. Nobody ever sees me do it. That's about all I'm tasting that. That's good corn, buttermilk. Morning. Anyway, this is all mixed up. I thought I did my skillets first. Before I started doing this, they'd be ready and pour it right in there. So we're ready. All right, the oil's still heating up. I figure I can go ahead and start cutting onions and celery. Get you a skillet. Put a medium heat in that skillet because it'll burn if you don't. I know we're not trying to be healthy. I'll cut it back just for y'all's sake. Sorry, y'all, I'm having an allergy attack. Go ahead and start getting your celery and stuff. Then I'll rinse that real good. We're cutting the onion. Y'all let me know if y'all like me when you're watching somebody and they say cutting the onion. Duh, we watch you, we can see you're cutting the onion. Why you gotta tell us? I like a lot of onion and celery. I put a lot. Nobody ever knows it because I chop it so small, but it gives it a flavor. Just can't get it from nothing else. We're doing this. We're still waiting on the oil to heat up, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this done. I'm not a real chef, so I'm gonna be going. Another reason why you can't tell my onions in here. There's so many because I cook them down before I put them in. I just cut my finger. I always cut my finger when doing this. Like keep a clean surface. See, I just throw that onion over. I'm going to put this in the skillet with the butter. And what we're going to do is going to take out the oil. I hope this does like I want it, but it should. We'll see here in a second. Here we go. Yep, hear that? Oh God, dog, it's too much oil.
Yeah, right.
Way too much.
Extra crispy.
It's a little too much oil, girls, but it'll be all right. Put it back in the oven. You just have to watch it with all the oil, maybe. Hopefully it don't spill over. I've never had one do that. Look, so much oil in there.
Just fried it right in place.
All right, on the cornbread, we just put it in the oven. I'll put the rest of that onion in. I cut it. 450. I don't know how long until it's done. You can cook as long as you want to get as brown as you want. 450 cooks it pretty quick. I'd say 15, 20 minutes. You should be looking to take it out. Maybe 30, we'll see. I don't know. Cut the gauge, you just touch the top, and if it don't smush in real good, it's done. Or stick a knife, comes out clear, it's done. Anyway, I got those onions I just cut in there going and all that butter. We're gonna go do the celery now. Celery. If you want to hide the fact that you got it in there the best you can, you can't hide it 100%. I always go down the rib. Of course, we just washed it now. Like that. Then I'll chop it like this. All right, chopping up the last of this celery. Bring it over here to the skillet. So that's your medium heat. See how it's all pretty in there? It smells so good.
It does.
Nothing in there but butter and celery and onion.
Smell the cornbread too.
Oh yeah, you can smell the cornbread. All right, look at that. Now you can put salt and pepper in there, but me, I try not to season anything until the end. That way you can taste it as you're seasoning it. You know what to put in there before you put it in the oven. That's when the final dressing is done. I know people have their own ways of doing it. This is how I do it. If this goes to anybody else besides my kids, if you don't like it, cook it your own way. This is how I do it. And it's always good. You get those mixed in there and let these cook down. Look at them starting to turn brown. That's what you want. That's flavor right there, y'all. Flavor. Look at that. I know it looks like a lot. But watch when it's done. Ooh, the big old, that's a chunk out there. Just let them cook down. Like so. Take a peek at our cornbread, see what it's doing. Make sure it ain't spilling. Y'all don't know nothing about that. All right, I'm gonna wash up these dishes and we'll be back. Get her done. My kitchen's just as clean in the end as it was at the beginning. It just smells better. Best shit, as I said, you gotta use this stuff right here. I'm like, no, I use real on. I use it once or twice. What's the shit? Spread on there. Little brush. Look at that. So y'all get y'all some of that shit. They'll probably put soy in it. It does, it foams up. I like that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You always keep your dry, clean towel. Your kitchen does not have to be a total disaster. Look at this. Smells good, man. Use that good butter because I've used the cheap stuff. And if you gotta use the cheap stuff, use it. But I'm telling you, the name brand, like Kerrygo butter or Land O'Lakes, different flavor. I'm telling you, I have been known to put the rest of that stick in there. Here's how it goes. Smells good. Oh, let's look at the cornbread again. All right, so this is where you would want to stop. Everything has a little crunch to it. You got it brown, you got enough brownness on all that right there, whatever you want to call that. Give it a little flavor. This is where you should put it in. But we don't do that at the Cheelers. We cook it on down because some of the kids are a little funny about this. So we're gonna cook it on down. Take two.
Take two.
I decided to put some pepper in here. Don't know why, but I guess not. Take three. Still don't work. Cut 7. Got it to work. My fancy dancy of pepper. Look at that golden. That's what you want, really. That's what gives you the flavor. And here's what I always do when I do these. You don't have to do this, you can just cook them and not do all this. But pepper, no salt. Just your butter has salt in it. The rest of that butter. See how it's kind of brown on the bottom? Look, this butter, what it's going to do, it's going to help you get that off the bottom. And give it more flavor. That's just one stick in there. I do this every time, y'all. Look at that. Cook that on down. I cook it down like this because y'all don't like the crunchiness. Well, some of y'all don't. But, here we go. Check the cornbread. Ooh, look at that. It's almost there. You don't have to worry about overcooking it too much because you're just going to put it in a dressing. Now, if that was cornbread I was going to serve on the table, I'd then yanked it out, flipped it over, see how it looked. Hopefully it turned out. Anyway, I believe the cornbread's done. I stuck the knife in there when y'all wasn't looking. Come out pretty clean. So, anyway, here's the little one. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. That's going to be good. But, look at that. That crispiness right there can't be duplicated. That's why you keep a clean counter. I know that ain't perfect, but right there, we're going to put a little piece of butter on that. It's going to be breakfast. The brown of the onions and stuff, the brownness of the cornbread, that gives it flavor. To me. They don't to you, I don't care. I mean, I care about your kids. Whoever else is watching this. Y'all know how I am. Now I'm scared because there's oil. Like that. Look at that. Look at that. Y'all know about that.
Crisp.
Leave the oven on, because we're going to put the dressing back in there. Listen to this. Now, you could have cooked about 5 minutes less and it'd be less brown, but that right there is what you want, in my opinion. The best part. Look, I've never had it do like that, so I'm going to try that piece. This is what the other stick of butter's for. Just kidding. Did you hear that, Lisa?
Did.
Look how moist that is inside and crusty on the outside. I don't know about that. I'm trying to be, Get another one. It's usually thicker than this, but somehow that made it. Ooh, this is gonna be good flavor. Shove that butter in there. Shove that butter in there. And let it rest. We'll see if that's y'all texting me. And it is. Brianna just mentioned me. Was making one thing of cornbread enough for dressing for 13 by 9. That should be. Look at this, y'all. Oh my God. Seriously. That's good. Is it good, babe?
It is.
For the top of the dressing, after it's cooked, I take little patties of butter like this. I'm going to cut it. This is Kerrygold. It's supposed to be good for you. Cut them little patties like that. Like that. Oh, here's my last piece of cornbread. Go better cook crunching. Put it out, put it back in the refrigerator because it'll melt. Kerrygold melts. just so you know, you don't have to make this much. You can make as little or as much as you want. The main thing is the cornbread. However big you make the cornbread is how much it's gonna be. So we're going to Stephanie, so we're making a big pan. So I kind of made a recipe and a half. So we'll see how it turns out. Putting a little oil in the pan. You can use butter or like this paper towel. What that'll do is give it a little crust. First thing, oh my God, this is gonna be hot, so, oh my God, we can't just put that in here. That's freaking good. I don't know, it might be the best cornbread I ever made, y'all.
Stop eating it all. You're not gonna have any for the dressing.
You eat that and tell me you can't stop.
Quit. I know.
Eat it. See? Anyway, just kind of break it up. It's gonna be hot. Look, it's moist inside, crunchy on the outside. That's why I'm so picky about how I do it. See how moist that is in there, y'all? And how crunchy that is? That's how you do cornbread. Y'all know I am. Just kind of break it up like this. That way it'll cool down. We don't even know what this is like. I mean, hear that? Woo! That tastes like pancake. Look at that. Look at that crust. Moistness. Doing this because it's hot. So just put it in here, breaking it up. We're gonna let it, ooh, did y'all hear that? Not only is it crunchy on the bottom, it's crunchy on the top. Now Stephanie can make some damn cornbread like this too. Stephanie makes some damn good cornbread. Never had Kayla's or, I wonder if I had Brianna's. I don't think Tiffany's ever made cornbread for me. She likes that frou-frou stuff. She's bougie. She wouldn't get that from her dad at all.
No, not at all.
All right, see that stain? That's your enemy right now. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes. We're gonna watch a little Perry Mason, and we're gonna come back to this, and we're gonna make our dressing. Hold on. Got a finger point. Pro tip from Dad on your iron skillets. So just take, I mean, unless there's something stuck to it, you don't need to really need to wash these. Look at that. Rub it on the side. That's the oil that was left because I put too much, remember? But it made it good. Just wipe them out. Look at that. Still warm. Still want them to be warm. That way, when they start cooling, it draws that oil into the pan. Makes them non-stick. My mom's was so non-stick she could fry eggs in them. All right, there's the goodness. Other people do it different. This is how I do it. Caramelized onions have the best flavor in the world. And that's a big part of how I like the dressing to taste. Look at that. All them onions we did, that's all you got left. I'd already shut them down for a while, let them cool off. So all I'm gonna do is take them, gonna dump them in there. All that butter. Look at that.
It smells good.
Good Lord, look at that smell. But you can't smell it. Look at that. Get them all. So just spread them out there, let it cool off with the cornbread. Now, this is for Lisa. She hates these pans because she don't know them yet. But you can see how easy they clean. The water hot. Remember how I used to teach y'all to fold clothes? You put a song on and let it play. Before that song's done, your clothes are folded. Look how long it takes to clean these pans. Look, all that goodness, we should have got that off the bottom. But,
A little bit of broth.
yeah. Look. A little brush. And I ain't put no soap in it. These are pans I got from Stephanie with it. Belts, was it? Cold or short. I'm making fun of Lisa, y'all. Gotta have non-stick. Yeah. Little of the magic, Lisa magic. Yeah. Look. That's it.
Nice.
I know what, as quick as a non-stick. You can fry chicken, you can do everything in this thing. You can make cornbread in it. I have made cornbread before. That's it. And a dry towel.
Let's see it.
That will never come out. Well, I can take a Brillo pad and get it out, but that's been in there for a while. There you
Nice.
go. We're gonna make this dressing, y'all. Wash your freaking hands because you're gonna put them in there. Get your ankles good. That's you, Brianna. You're making dressing the same time I'm making this. I don't know what the rest of you do. Never mind, I'm just playing. I always do this next to the sink. So you got your cornbread, celery and onions. All right. 1 egg, I'll be right back. 1 egg. Very important, Camel's cream of chicken. Some people use cream of celery as well, but I've always used cream of chicken. Let's get your thing. It's just the way this cream of chicken from Camel's tastes better. Oh, you open both cans?
Mm-hmm.
I usually don't open the other can until I know if I'm gonna need it or not.
Oh.
Kind of go by touch.
Gotcha.
It's okay. I don't think I've ever ate this soup. See, that might be a little much.
Yeah.
Put it all in there. Nothing fancy. Got that in there. Got your egg, Camel's chicken, cream of chicken. Now, I've watched people do these videos, and they say, oh, you don't want to make it too wet. I like making mine wet. Nothing worse than getting somebody's dressing they made and it's dry. Yeah, who wants dry dressing? Raise your hand.
Not me.
Well, then you're an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. That's what the guy I watch on YouTube does it. So you're just gonna mix this stuff up. All you doing? Ooh. Y'all hear that? Look at that. Look at that. I usually put this in the sink and do it because it's so messy, but we're filming. Is that what you call it now? Or is it filming?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we're filming.
Or recording?
Yeah, we're filming.
See the onions and celery.
Looks good.
You got the oil on the bottom. The oven's still set at 450. I mean, this is already cooked. Get it like you want it. You want every bite taste the same, so you mix it up good. Here's my Alzheimer's kicking in. What was I fixing to do? Oh, I need my salt and my pepper nearby and my poultry seasoning. Got it mixed up. Just gonna dip in there a little bit. You don't have your poultry seasoning yet, but you're gonna Salt and pepper is how you gonna tell. That's good, just like that. Swear to God. Rinse the spoon off since y'all are looking. All right. That is good like that. Poultry seasoning. You can overdo this. You ever have one that's had too much in it? I have. Hey, can you pour some? No. Chicken broth and filaments into it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's good. There. Some poultry seasonings in there. You're gonna mix it up. Look, it's just gonna get messy. Why am I trying to not get messy? Okay, pour some more chicken broth in there, baby. Look, see how that is? I don't care. I like it moist. I've seen videos to me, no. With that buttermilk cornbread and that chicken broth, this will not be too dry. I guess we'll see when we get to Stephanie's, because she'll flat out tell you. This dress is dry. That's one good thing about her. She don't lie. All right, put some more poultry seasoning. I can smell right here, buddy. I can smell until there's not enough in there. Yeah, that's probably enough. I use the name brand poultry seasoning because if you use the cheap stuff, it has like a little wing to it. I know I keep saying that, but I have my reasons. See, look, that's still too dry to me. So we can put some more chicken broth. See, I've not put any salt in here because the butter's salty. The chicken broth has salt in it. I made it one year, it's too salty. I think it's gonna need more poultry seasoning, but I'm gonna taste it first.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna, that's how I do it when y'all ain't looking. Just give it some more poultry seasoning if you don't mind. Sous chef Lisa. All right, that's enough. No more. Is there any more chicken broth in there?
This
Pour
one's
what's in there. See what we got. Gotta do it. Just kidding. Probably need to open that other one. Some more of that, and we're gonna go with some more poultry seasoning.
okay.
Tab it more. Oh, golly. All right, some more broth. I know, this is my recipe. Y'all don't like it. Do it the way you want. Nobody wants a dry dressing. And still some more. So when you get that in the oven, it's gonna cook out. I've seen people put water in there.
Ew.
Why would you put, I mean, they use that and when they want to make it wetter. Okay, you think I'm gonna be stupid? Wait, we're gonna hold up. We're gonna pause this. So we're gonna put some pepper in here. This is some hot, fresh, some more please. Hot, fresh peppercorn. In my fancy dancy grinder with the light. Y'all like that? Is that cool? Okay, we need some more broth. See how it's still clumping together? What's up with you and picking on them? You pouring everything real high.
I don't know.
Like, okay, it's the big splash ball.
That's a filming pour.
What was it?
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit more. Seriously. All right. There we go. See how that's kind of almost, but not. Right.
Yeah.
That way when you cook it, it doesn't dry out. So we're gonna give this one more last taste. And we're gonna put it in the 450 degree oven. I don't even know how long, y'all, till it's done. So I'm gonna dig right down in here. See, all this is cooked except for the egg. There's not enough in there to make you sick. And I'll let you know at the end of the day. Don't touch it. Do not touch it.
Perfection?
This is something I always do. I've just seen my mom do it. I don't know why I do it. I guess because she did it. I sprinkle a little bit more on top and leave it. Poultry season. I don't put sage. I don't put none of that in there because that has it in there already, sage. A lot of people put sage. I don't think it needs any pepper. I mean, no salt. Because it's got enough in it. And so we're going to put it in the oven. Just open the oven. Hold it from the bottom. And just slide her in. And go watch Perry Mason. The best part of cooking like I cook, when you're done, there's no mess. Because you clean as you go. Take your fancy dancy Mr. Clean. Put your salt and pepper back over there. Chicken broth put back in the fridge. Poultry seasoning goes back over there. There's where we cook, right here. Look at that. Aluminum left the thing on the counter.
I did?
Yeah. Take that. Get your hot rag. Clean all that off. Look at that. Nice, clean surface. I'll be right back. Clean as you go. This is what you got. I'm gonna get on pause for about 3 minutes. Ready to clean back up. Now you can sit down and relax and not have to worry about washing all those little dishes. Waiting on the dressing to cook, and it's upside down, so I can read what it says. Here's the dressing after been in there for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Put the broiler on low, if you have that setting. If not, you put it on high. The pats of butter that I cut earlier. Basting periodically. Nothing but flavor right there. If you don't eat it this way all the time, it's good. It's not gonna hurt you. You stick it back in there and let that brown on top. Sit there and watch it. All right, then we'll come back. Where you get your golden brown crust on the top. All right. That's good. You'll try?
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yum. That's good.
Seriously, I don't need nothing else. Now, when it cools down, it's going to be better.
Yeah, that's really good.
Put the rest over there.
A lot of flavor.
I think we'll fix this a plate before we go. All right, there. It is done. My version of dressing, homemade cornbread dressing. All right, like I said at the beginning, I made this video for my girls because they always ask me what the dressing is, recipe. So I was thinking the other day, why don't I just make a video? I can have this forever. Just want y'all to know, I hope y'all enjoy this. I love y'all. I've always been the best father I know how to be. Not the best, but the best I know how to be. I love y'all very much. Enjoy this video and go make the dressing.